Hello, welcome back to the Great Circle, the African Survival Adventure game. I'm TJ, your developer and creator, and I'm doing a live development stream. I'm going to be doing a lot of live development. In case you don't know, you can follow the Great Circle on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, basically everywhere. Just type in the Great Circle on any social media or follow the link in the description. The Great Circle is available on Steam as a free demo. Go to the Great Circle, type in the Great Circle, and oh, hang on 1 second. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're streaming live on Steam too, and it's creating like a weird mirror effect, so I need to scroll it down. Anyways, available on Steam. Just download the free demo. It add it to your library. It updates automatically. I stream it, I update it every day, and also wishlist the game so that you'll get notified once it's available on for early access. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Anyways, so let me see here. Sorry. Making sure everything was running correctly. I didn't know the thing was going to appear at the top of the screen. It's like creating a weird mirror effect here. Anyways, yeah, so you can also follow the link in the description, but easy to find on Steam. And we got a Discord where you can join the community and keep up with development. It's an everyday thing, so, you know, I'll be streaming new stuff every day. You can ask questions in the chat for the development process, and I'll answer those in the process while I'm doing development tasks and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll see if I can work out the whole Steam stream thing. Maybe I should turn that off. Let me hit a little switch over here. Switcheroo. So we'll cut the feed to Steam and just see if it goes away on its own. Yeah, it looks like it's getting ready to go. Reload the page. There we go. Yeah, I'll just have that waiting in the background. So anyways, I'm developing in the bottom right hand side of the screen. I don't show all the tools and stuff down there, but when I have something to show on the screen, it will automatically pop up in the big area, so you'll be able to watch it and see what's happening there. And what I'm doing at the very moment is a little bit of stability checking with the playable zebra in a test level here. It should automatically pop up on the big screen in a second. It takes a second for the hook to check the monitors to see if anything's on screen. There it is, finally. Anyways, so I'm just doing some stability checking real quick, just seeing if all the creatures and whatnot are having any problems, seeing if there's any bottlenecks for computing, sensing things. What you see on the screen isn't necessarily going to appear in the game. Problem here with this squirrel's feeding behavior is showing up wrong. How's it going, Cosmic Dragons? Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you have any questions about the game here. Alright, so the problem here is there is we got a predatory squirrel messing up calculations for the other animals. So I'm going to check and see where that went wrong and fix that real quick. So something of note that I'm working on also at the moment, which is going to, I think you'll see a little bit in the stream today, is the animals communicate with each other, and I'm trying to make it more visible to the player. So one way of doing that is with their HUDs. It does show if they're making eye contact with you currently, and it also shows you when they're doing greeting behavior. So if they want to come up and say hi, this can happen between species too, as long as it's like herbivores are the only ones that really do it right now. But like, so if I'm a giraffe and I'm friendly and they have the right personality and they're also friendly, they may choose to greet you. So in other words, you'll see another herbivore, which could be a rabbit or a hog or something, come up to you and do a greeting behavior and then go back about its day. So it communicates. So there's communication among the AI and the player, as well as among each other. And what I'm doing right now is like creating like a traffic system for the logic. So there's a red light and green light, so that things don't get missed, and the animals acknowledge each other in real time and you can see it. It shouldn't always be seen, but it has to be shown right now because it's the beginning of the development of that kind of logic. And I think this is an important step to developing complex animal AI that looks very realistic and is very realistic. So that's why I'm investing time in it. I think the results will speak for themselves. Cosmic says, I had problems with my lion mom not coming at all. I also had problems with my jaguar mom. go invisible and just stop moving. Gotcha. First, there's no jaguars in the game. It's a leopard. There won't be jaguars, I don't think, because they appear in South America. But I know the issue that you're talking about, and I'm addressing that in part right now. There's a lot of reasons that sometimes the AI can do the wrong thing, like not come with you when they're supposed to be checking on you, and the whole invisible thing and just stop moving. Hard to say why that happened, but I know that function. So one of the ways that I have to fix that is making sure that none of the other, because they're all connected, none of the other AI are acting weird, which is why this whole predatory squirrel thing is important. I'm going to just take that out of the equation right now, and if that's contributing to any other problems like what you mentioned, it will no longer be contributing to it. Let me see here. I actually might be in the perfect spot to fix that right now. Let me just pull up the squirrel, just make sure it doesn't have the wrong base. But yeah, so the issue where the parental AI stop following you or freeze should be less of a problem now. Not saying it should never happen. It will never happen, but it should be less of a problem now because there's a new behavior logic being implemented specifically to stop them from getting to a point where they freeze. So every now and then there's like a system check to see, is the thing frozen or is it not? So there should be a check that unfreezes them if they do freeze. But I'm gonna be tidying that up to make sure that it's not. Oh, excuse me. Got a hiccup. To make sure that it's not getting stuck. First, let's see what's the deal with the squirrel real quick. Okay, so the good news is the squirrel had the wrong behavior and the wrong place. So it's not a result of the complex logic feeding the wrong thing. It just had the wrong starting point. So that is great news, actually. So we'll implement that change right now. And we're going to go right back into test our results. Let me just save everything. Just in order to start the simulation. So one thing that I'm very focused on right now is getting the FPS higher on more systems. Some people have really good systems and GPUs, so they experience hits that they still enjoy the game, you know, above 60 FPS and stuff. Those are really high-end systems, but for people with more regular systems, they play the game, you know, other Steam games and stuff like that, people are getting some pretty low frame rates. So what I'm doing right now is fixing bottlenecks in the AI, which are causing those lags and those hits, and making sure that they don't happen. It's hard to do in this game because there's so many AI calculating all the things that are happening in their lives. And there's also the world AI, which monitors everything and calculates everything, like weather and stuff like that. And because there's so many factors that I want to be considered, the bottlenecks that can happen, they can stack up really fast, and they can be really hard to fix because you fix one thing and it's like created a different problem somewhere else. But it can all be fixed. It can all be sorted out. So I'm in the process of doing that right now, and I'm very hopeful that we'll have a really good improvement really, really soon. In a matter of days, hopefully. Cosmic says, my frame rate sucks and seems to be worse with rain. That makes sense. Rain is a cost, but it shouldn't be that expensive. I'm looking into that really soon too. I'm focused more on when it's not raining first, because that's most of the game it should be. So we're gonna try to get the FPS stabilized for that first, and then we'll get the FPS with rain on stabilized. So first we just gotta eliminate all the stuff that's obviously wrong and make sure none of those things are the cause, and then we can implement the logic in the logic traffic system here. So our new color code is red is an unacceptable performance, and right now we're in red. That's anything below 20 FPS. Above that is orange or brown, and that's minimum acceptability, so anywhere from 20 to 30. Above 30, we're in the green and we're okay. So that's what we're going to try to do, is get out of the red, and we're kind of going back and forth between unacceptable and acceptable right now. So we're going to let this run a bit so we can see all the code that'll be on the screen and figure out which one is culprating. There's a lot of stuff being calculated, so we don't want it all calculated all at once. That's where the bottlenecks come in. That's where lag and stuff happens. So we just want the flow to go at a speed or to go in a way that the system can handle. Oh, I'm missing questions here. Cassie says, TJ, this game is going to be beyond perfect for school students as well, studying animals in Africa. Even the demo is shockingly good. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, Cassie. I really appreciate it. We've got Cosmic Dragon. Oh, sorry. Cosmic says, how far would you say you are in development? We're over 2 years in now. I'm over 2 years in now, I should say. I've been working on it since May of 2020. And it's come a long way. Come a long way. It's got a long way to go. Hang on, let's get to this tree here. We're in red out here. Let's look around and see what we can see. Oh, I'm not seeing any of my ambient creatures, the things that make up the sounds. Let's make sure those are turned on real quick so we can get the full picture. But we can see that we need to better performance even out here. So the good news is I'm seeing it spike into acceptable. I saw it go to green once, so we can get there. We just gotta make sure that everything's not being calculated at the wrong time. Oh, hang on, we had guinea fowls. We're gonna sit here and see if we get guinea fowls out here. They're one of the ambient creatures that makes up like the ambient sounds. So we don't have ambient creatures, we don't get ambient sound. We only get like weather, wind, and stuff like that. It's a better way to do it than just generating bird sounds and cricket sounds and stuff like that. Way more realistic. Because you can actually eat those birds. If you can hear it, you can go to it and eat it, or kill it, or interact with it. It's an actual creature. But we're gonna wait and see if we can get some creatures around us. Cosmic says, have you tried doing that puzzle or room thing that some games do, like loading bits by bit? Not sure what it's called. I think you meant to say I'm not sure what it's called. Yes, most things I've considered. The difficulty is when you have a specific goal in mind. Every game has to achieve the same thing pretty much in a specific way that's specific to the game that you're working on. For me, some of that rationality works at specific times. So a game like this is an open world game, right? That means that there's so much to see that's going to be loaded in. Like, as far as I can see, there's a horizon with landscape and trees and creatures out there, and they're all being calculated and stuff like that. So that stuff is different than being in a room, right? And like stuff being outside the room unloaded, and then when you go to the next room, or when you get close to going to the next room, it loads ahead of time and it goes. It's a different process for here. Here, the game is so big that it's loading things like that, but like on a much bigger scale. It's like regions. So like instead of being in the next room, or instead of being close to the next room and it's getting ready to load the next room, I have to be close to the next region and it gets ready to load the next region. It's a much bigger thing. So it does that. It just does it in different places where it makes more sense for this game. For this game, it's regions instead of rooms. But yeah, it does that just differently. So changing. Hang on. Is that me? Yeah, that's me. Changing render distance. That's something that happens constantly throughout development. Is I and basically every developer on the planet is adjusting render for almost anything that you see, for bushes, plants, trees, grasshoppers, stuff like that. In my case, oh, is that a tornado? Hang on, I thought I saw one in the distance. In my case, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see that's still in the game, and that you won't see until you get closer. So, and it changes based on the conditions of the game, right? So like if you're a carnivore, you're going to be able to see certain things that herbivores can't see. If you're a herbivore, you're going to be able to see certain things that carnivores can't see. If you're a human, you're going to be able to see things that animals can't see. And it's a daily occurrence that I'm going to be adjusting things and adjusting the logic for what is seen and what is not seen. So it's constant. There's no time in the development that render distance consideration is not being considered or adjusted. It's like I wish there were stats for like how many times I changed the render for like certain things. Let's see here. Like that blue thing on the screen there is water that my zebra can smell, but can't see it yet because I'm not close enough. I just know it's in that direction. There we go, found it. It's a water puddle. Alright, so now, as a matter of example, I'm about to mess with render for creatures that are ambient, because right now they're not appearing for some reason visually, but I know they're here. So I'm just going to check and make sure they're on. Unfortunately, though, there's no switch for render that I could just press and like solve all my problems. It's just it's not that easy or simple at all, or else it'd be done. Cosmic says, I guess you wouldn't be able to do like how some games have a render scale that people can go in and change. I mean, actually, yes, we've this game has that. It's had it for a long time. So specifically, what you're talking about, you may not actually mean what you're saying with the words render scale. The function of changing render scale exists in your options when you mess with the graphics. I have a limit on that particular function for this game because it's less effective. Number one, it makes the game ugly as fuck. I don't want people touching render scale, but it's in there where you can at least see that it was an option. It's just grayed out. I'm going to show it to you in a second. For me, though, I don't want anyone at this point in the development of this game to be able to mess with that. I want you to be able to see it's there. So like maybe in the future, but I don't want you to be able to mess with that right now because it's not going to do as much for you as messing with shadows or post-process or render for grass. But a lot of people go to that and mess with it first. It's not as if it will help you, but it's not as effective as doing the other stuff first. I always tell people that's the last thing you should adjust if you're going to adjust anything. And it's just so counterintuitive to people. They end up messing with it first and get the wrong impression of what's wrong or what will help. And it's not helpful for me to get that info back. So instead, I just disable that and give them no other choice but to mess with the shadows and stuff first. Actually, you know what I should do, which would be really cool, I think, is make it so that it's a step-by-step. Like, are you having problems? Yes or no? Yes. Here's the shadows. Mess with the shadows, and then it will ask you, are you still having problems? Yes. Then it goes to the next thing that you should adjust, and then the last thing that it will let you mess with will be render scale, but that would be the last thing. But yeah, it does have that option, just like you'd see in other games. You may not have seen it, but it's in the options thing, and I'll show you in a second. You can pull it up anytime during gameplay or before you load into the game. But and it's render scale, but I don't think you don't have the ability to change it right now. It's just grayed out, and it's not going to help you as much as messing with the other stuff will. So there's no point in letting anyone mess with it yet. Let's see. I gotta have to look in the controller, I think. Car says, finally joined the live stream. Guess who's back? Welcome back, Car. Good to see you. Let me know if you have any questions about the game. Okay, it's turned on, so I should have the ambient creatures. So we're gonna check real quick. Make sure that that's working perfectly fine. Let me see what timing that was checking. Car says, how will AI tourists react if they are in threat against a full-grown carnivore or herbivore? Good question. Right now, they don't have a reaction. Right now, the tourists only exist in the form of being in cars, driving through the landscape, and they don't get attacked by creatures yet, so there's no reaction yet. How they will react is if they're in a car, they're going to drive away. If an elephant's charging them or something, or if they're out of the car, they're going to try to run away. And if the creature gets them, they get them. But they're going to have a realistic reaction, depending on the type of human that it is. If it's a tourist, they're most likely run away. If the tourist has a guide that's armed, the guide may shoot the animal. It depends. Can giraffes visit huts like a peaceful creature? Actually, yes. So there is the potential already for animals to be peaceful with humans. That code already demonstrates when they greet you. I'll show you an example of it. But like some animals will decide to greet you in response to seeing you. The factors that affect that are, number one, their personality. Number two, their direct relationship with you. Each animal that you encounter has a relationship rating or category with you, and it usually starts off neutral unless you're a separate feeding type. So if you're carnivore versus herbivore, that's not really neutral. That's going to be adversarial. So it's going to start off negative. But if you're the same type, like herbivore, and you're both friendly, and you don't have any bad relationship, then they may greet you. So you may have a situation where like a rhino is greeted by a rabbit or something like that. It's not natural, but I put it in because I need that kind of code to appear in other places, and I think it looks cute at the moment. So I'm sort of doing it right now in the incorrect place as a way to get it to where I would want to use it more. So there's this weird Lion King feel where some animals that are herbivores will be like friendly towards other animals. I think you might see that actually while I'm testing the zebra here. Alright, there's the ambient creatures. I'm just gonna mind my business and see if any of the creatures come towards me. Actually, we can go towards this herd or something, some kind of herd over here. I thought there was. Can animals start different friend relationships on different herbivores? Yes, actually, yes. I'm going to show you the perfect example of what you asked me in just a second once I see if there's anything right here. I'm going to show you the perfect example. Alright, you ready? Let me show you with I'm going to use a giraffe just to demonstrate. Because I don't think people realize the animals are as smart as they are, because they're having some problems right now in the demo. But let me show you how smart they are. I'm going to put a giraffe right here, right? what I'm gonna do is approach it, and there may be a herd with it. It depends, part of the calculation. But they're all gonna acknowledge me visually, right? So the animals are gonna acknowledge, they're gonna see me and know I'm there, and then some of them will greet me, because if I get invited into the herd, they will come up and greet me. So you're gonna see that behavior. Because they're not all the same, they won't all do it, but there should be enough in the herd to where at least a couple will come up to me and greet me. You'll see them do the behavior. And you'll also see the HUD appear on them to let you see, like, if you somehow can't see it visually on like the animal's mesh or whatever, like it'll say like they're making eye contact with you. It'll show the eyeball, right? And then it'll show their specific thing in their brain that they're doing. It'll say greeting, and then it'll show them coming up to you. That behavior is, they already have that, which makes them awesome, but then all the animals have that ability, or not, no, I shouldn't say all, because the bugs don't do it, but like a lot of the other creatures also have access to that same code to where they can greet each other too, and they do. So it's just hard, you just may not notice it, but if you pay attention, some of them are, when they go up to each other, they're doing greeting behaviors. I just have to make it easier for the player to recognize by giving them like their own greeting behavior animation slots, so that you'll know that's what they're doing. But for now, I'm just making the HUD pop up and say, hey, it's greeting, so that I can know, and that so that you can know. But the goal is for everything to be done just with animations, because behaviors are how animals communicate. They don't have HUDs in real life. So I'm gonna approach that one out there. Actually, here's my mother. Alright, so my mother's not gonna greet me because she already knows me, but you see the eyeball that appeared on the HUD? And you see how she's looking at me? That's eye contact. She's making eye contact. When she stops, the eyeball goes away until she's wondering where I am, and she's gonna look at me again. Right now she has a smiley face because she's okay and she's making eye contact. There's the eyeball. Now I'm gonna go to the other giraffe, which was over here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Watch the behavior of this giraffe once they see me. When they see me, I'm going to see a HUD appear. It's going to be blue. Should probably increase their visual range. Nice. There we go. She notices me. Alright, looking at me. Well, the head's not looking at me, so I got to check on that. But it should be making eye contact with me right now. Now let's see if he decides to greet me. That's a alpha type, I think. They don't always greet. It says he wants to greet me. Oh, hang on. What does it say? It's hard to read. Wants to roam. He's thinking about water. He wants water. He's running into some kind of problem right now. I'm going to redo this. Sometimes it can be hit or miss. The thing that I don't like is when it says he's making eye contact and he's not really looking in my direction. But at least I know he should be. So it's just the animation's not in sync with the behavior yet. So we gotta fix that. I'm gonna do it again to see if it happens with herd mates. The great thing is he may not have had the personality, right, that was friendly enough, but like the great thing is each time an animal is created or simulated, they're simulated differently. So like he'll end up with a different personality this time, and the chances that they'll do a greeting behavior will be more likely. It's more likely when there's more herd members. But there was no herd with that particular animal. because the game decided this animal never created their herd, or it hadn't created their herd yet. Now this time when it calculates and simulates the world, it may decide this animal has a herd this time. We'll see. Car says, how will orphans work in a herd if they don't have a mother and there's a threat? So how it works right now is baby animals who lose their mother, or for whatever reason are not with a mother, select a mother, the same way that herd animals select herd leaders. So they'll pick out of the available animals one to be their mother. So in a sense, they always are going to have a mother, right? Alright, this animal's alone again, so I'm going to try and get their attention, see if they come up and greet me. Now, if there's a threat, the herd defends pretty much every member, especially the babies. There's a mosquito in here. Hang on. I hate mosquitoes. It's a little weird, but let me see here. He's not acknowledging me. He definitely saw me. He sees me, so I'm not sure why. Let's get a little closer. See what's going on with this guy. Oh, hang on now. He should be able to see me way out there, so maybe I need to simulate this again. That's sort of like intersensory. As soon as I got right here. He's not tracking me. He can't see me right now, actually. That's very strange. I need to check on that. He's not tracking me. Alright, so we got a little error here. Let me see if it, let's see if we get a herd this time, and let me see if it has the same things happening with the herd. But yeah, like, so if a threat appeared, the other animals in the herd with you will defend you if you're a baby, or they will defend the baby if there's a baby, like automatically. Except for herd members that have the personality weakling, there's a lower chance of those attacking a threat, but other herd personalities that are stronger will defend. Rejection. Now that's interesting. I do need to really get on the rejection thing. Right now, it's just it accepts you or it doesn't accept you in the herd. That's the behavior. But there also needs to be rejection. So like, it's not just, oh, are you with us or are you not with us? It's like, oh, you shouldn't be here. If you get rejected, there should be like a pop-up, like an angry face, and it should turn red, and they should try to chase you away. So I need to get on that too. So right now it's just acceptance or not acceptance. If you're not accepted, you can just be near the herd, but they don't consider you a member. They're not going to intervene if something happens to you. If they reject you, though, that should be the third possibility. They should consider you an enemy, and the alpha will try to chase you away. So technically, I don't have the rejection for interspecies yet. That only happens with different species. So like if you're a Cape buffalo and you're too close to like a herd of giraffes will consider you enemy. But if you're a giraffe close to giraffes that don't accept or that have accepted you as part of the herd, they don't do anything. They just don't consider you part of the herd. So I think it's more realistic for there to be rejection Let's see if she's trying to greet me, because I feel like maybe she is. Nope. Oh, she's drinking water. That giraffe's going to water. My mother giraffe is going to water. Now she does see that I'm here, but the problem is she's making eye contact. That alpha, bigger than my mother, is making eye contact with me and not looking directly at me. So we gotta fix that. And what's that red thing? Oh, that's sand. I think. Yeah, there's two things wrong. It may be that I fix one thing and it fixes the other, but the creature should be looking directly at me. Well, that eyeball is on there. Let's go to mother, test that real quick. Let's see if mother can sense me. Alright, the problem with mother is she didn't check on me after I got out of range, so we need to fix that too. Let's see, this is about the boundary where she should acknowledge me. Alright, mother can see me. So I'm just not sure what the deal is with the other one. She still can see me until we're out of range here. Mother's fine, it's just the other one. Well, actually, mother's not completely fine. Mother should be checking on me. She should have came to me when I got too far away. So let's see if we can fix that. Let's see if she can turn to me. She's drinking water right now. She found some water here. Alright, she's looking. Easiest way to test is to go behind, because she'll. She's looking. Looking. Alright, mother's fine. Alright, so we gotta fix certain things here. We just gotta fix certain things. Let's see what the deal is with these things here. Let's see, we got any questions while we're doing this? Like vets, so they can get rejected too. Rejection, reactions to creatures will apply to humans too. And there will be friendly humans and aggressive humans, and there's a possibility, I'll have the possibility for friendly reactions to humans. So like if it's a human that feeds animals, if it's a human that's friendly towards animals, they can build up trust, that kind of thing. But right now there are no vets in the game, in the playable game yet. So it's not in yet, but it will be. What happens if you're near a vet and don't have a mother near you, There's not in the game at the moment, but in the future, veterinarians are an important way to like get certain injuries healed. So like if you break a bone, for example, probably be dead without a vet. Or if you get poisoned by a puff adder or something poisonous, like a, I don't know, like a poacher trap or something like that, that's what vets can help you do. They can heal you in those instances. But right now they're not in. Will there be mods? It's undecided. I was in favor of it a lot more in the past. Right now, leaning towards not so favorable. Or if I include it, I'm leaning towards very limited mods. Very limited. I don't want mods that'll change the game too far from what I'm trying to make. I feel like there's other games that you can play mods for pretty much making your own game. This, I only want certain things to be modified. Let's see here. Alright, first, let's figure out what's going on with the perception. Put a limiter on this social behavior thing to make sure it's not being overloaded. I'm gonna mute. I'm still here for questions, but I'm gonna mute for a second. Karsh says, what happens after your tribe gets attacked? So if you're talking about humans, first of all, the humans are not playable yet, except for Patreon users. You can play a couple of the humans, they're not done. You will be able to have human groups. So if you're playing a tribesman, you can have a tribe. You can join a tribe, and then tribes, defend tribe members if they get attacked. So there will be that. It's not in yet. If you're talking about animals, so if you're like in a group with animals and your animal group gets attacked, well, the whole point of being in a group is the group will defend you, unless it's not in the behavior of the animal. So it really depends on the animal, number one. And yeah, that's about it. I could show you an example real quick of somebody who saw it happen and they recorded it. So I think this will be a good example. Let me just minimize this here. Alright, so this is a video by Vivix, like some months ago, whatever. So let's see here. Here's the example of, let's say you're the size of your group is 2 members, just you and your mom, right? Here's what happens if you get attacked. Skip ahead a little. Here we go. All right, so what's happening here is she spotted a lion. The lion decided to just run at her. So here comes the lion. She goes to mother. Mother sees the lion. Mother kills the lion. So that's what happens. No, it's not always the case that the mother will just stand there and wait for the attacker to come to them. Sometimes, depending on the animal, they'll go to the threat versus kind of be defensive. But there is a difference between when an animal is being defensive in response to a threat versus offensive. Like the lion went to the thing that it wanted to attack. The giraffe waited. Depending on the personality of the creature, not just the species, it may be that. Hang on. It may be that a species decides to be defensive or offensive. It really depends. But that's a. But that's an example there. Car says, what I meant to say is, what happens if you get attacked by other tribemen? Do they take over? So that far, I haven't gotten that far with the human logic yet. But I would like it to be pretty sophisticated so that like a tribe can be taken over. But that's a bit further than where I am right now. Right now, the tribe, the human logic for tribe people is pretty basic in that they'll attack animals sometimes and defend their village. So it's not, we're not that far yet, but yeah, I think it'd be really cool if you can have your group taken over. It's the same logic as when a new alpha takes over an animal group. Is new human alpha takes over a human group. It's not that much different. Oh, you can hear the keyboard? Yeah, I have the mic open. I have the headphones on too, so it's like I forget how much you can hear, because I can still hear the music pretty loud in my headphones. Question: Will there be at end borders in the map? Yes. There is a limit to how far you can go in the map, and basically there is like a barrier beyond the natural barriers. There's natural barriers can be like a large gorge, and if you somehow get beyond that, then there's like a artificial barrier that kind of keeps you, like just like an owl. There's like a barrier that keeps you in it. It's something like that, but you can't see it until you really get close to it. Now the issue is I don't think anybody's ever reached the end. It's actually a very big map, so try to get there if you can, but it's somewhere around 700 square kilometers. So if you get there, what I want is for you to be able to see like the rest of Africa. So I want it to be like just you see land just for hundreds and hundreds of miles beyond that. Right now, you can't really get close enough to really see what's beyond there. You can only look back and see how far you've come. But you can get to the end right now, and there's a natural and artificial barrier to keep you from going too far. let's see here. So, will there be construction work, and can people drive you off your lands as anything like animal or human, and can or not be can you or not be forced? And if you and your animal, what happens if that happens? Well, so right now, there isn't construction work. Like, we're construction workers. There are some areas where you can see there's construction sort of happening, but it's not finished. So I'm working on that. Will there be? Yes, there will be plenty of areas that are under construction, and the idea is over time construction will, complete, or sometimes stuff will be abandoned and it will never really complete. It'll just be stuff there. Both situations will be there in the future. You can see a little bit of it right now. There are no construction workers at the moment. So construction that is working will have the same effect as trees that grow over time and grass that grows over time, which is also going to be a feature of the game. So you'll see buildings up here and get bigger and stuff like that. And you can, or you will be able to be forced away by construction workers. So I don't know the full all the situations where that will happen, because I'm determining how much I want to have bleed over from story mode into survival. So in story mode, there's definitely situations like that, and it's part of the story. In survival, it's basically yet another thing that just gets simulated. So sometimes it can happen, sometimes it won't. It kind of depends on where you are, and there's just the chances. So I'm thinking right now it'll probably be in both. Right now I'm only 100% sure that it's in story mode. I don't know that it will 100% bleed over into survival, but I'm leaning in that direction. But right now it's not in, but I think it will be in the future. And what happens is what you think would happen. If you could, tell you to leave. If you don't leave, they'll attack you. Just like an animal should threaten you. Oh, let me write that down for a second. I want to also do the thing where the animal does a threat before they attack. So they give you a chance to run away. But we also need to have that'd be kind of cool if I could do that in this stream. Keep all those things written down. Let's go back in and simulate, see if we can get a giraffe herd this time. response while sleeping. Looks like we should have got a herd. Alright, so we're going to see the behavior of the herd once they can spot me. There's one that sees me. Looks like they need to be too close to see me. Right now they're interested in the water. We'll see if they greet me. Here's some greeting behavior by one of them. See? This one decided to greet me. You can see it says greeting on the bottom of the HUD for him. That's a greeting behavior. So there's basically acceptance there by him, even though he's not the alpha. Then we have this one coming up to greet me. Look. Alright, we gotta just assign a greeting. All we gotta do is assign like a greeting animation behavior, other than just coming and doing a thing, because right now it's supposed to be doing it, but there's nothing in the slot. And then they're off to follow the alpha, which is over there. Where's he going? This one's a loner, so he's going to be less likely to stick close. This one, I'm not sure what's going on with this one. No HUD. Baby wants to greet me. So what I want to do is like put like a nuzzle behavior where they'll go and touch your head. I think that would be nice to see. Alright, let's see if they turn their head to look at me. It says they should be looking. Okay, this one's looking. Just following along real quick. This is a eating area. Oh, that's Mother right there. Okay, looks like Mother is the alpha in this situation. But she's not checking on me, so I gotta fix that. Also, the water needs to shrink. It's not doing that. It's not like disappearing. Oh, what happened over here? What is this? Alright, well actually I think that's going to be enough for the stream. I have to continue working here, but I guess I'll be back tomorrow with progress and more stuff. Thanks for watching if you watch. Don't forget you can join the Discord by the link in the description. Follow the link to join the Discord. You can also follow The Great Circle on all social media by following the link in the description, or type in The Great Circle on any social media and you'll find the official accounts. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're watching. We're streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, everywhere. And you can also play The Great Circle on Steam. Download it. It's a free demo. Add it to your library. It gets updated automatically. Don't forget to also add to your wish list so you're getting notified once the full early access version of the game comes out. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you later.